Hello, friends. This is Mrs. Sheehan. I'm excited to share with you today what's called a digital calm down corner. Sometimes I make these out of paper at school if we decide that sometimes feelings get a little bit big and we need to sort them out and figure out different ways to calm down. But what's really cool is I've also made them for friends to take home because sometimes they feel like maybe some of those bigger emotions happen for them when they're at home sometimes. So this is really neat. And as an adult, I love going through it because it reminds me how we always need to slow down and think about the different parts of this to be able to be in control of our emotions. So this is called the Digital Calm Down Corner, and it's by the Wholehearted School Counselor. And I really love the stuff that this school counselor puts together. And so here are the directions. There's going to be these little green and white arrows that point out where the directions are on the different pages. And there's going to be gold boxes that you can drop answers into. And what's really cool about this is while you're doing this on Google Slides, is you're going to be able to actually move some of those pieces over into the area where the answers are. The next buttons will bring you to the next page. The back button will bring you back to the page that you were on before. Or you could also use this over here to be able to move back and forth between pages. Then also, there's a tip to stay in this editing mode. So when we see the slides on the side here, and we're able to kind of type or move things around in these boxes, that means we're in editing mode. If we were to go over here and do present mode, it wouldn't let us use the interactive part. So we want to stay here in this editing mode. So the next page is always one of my first questions that I ask folks when they come into my office or when I see them. It might be that right now I feel, and I've already kind of moved my little boxes over from over on this side, but this is where they were before. And so it says, right now I feel, and I feel excited that I get to share this with you, but I'm also feeling a little anxious. This is like a nervous feeling because I'm not a really big fan of being on video all the time. But it's something that I'm going to learn to do, right? And then down here in this box, if there was a different feeling that you didn't feel like those one-word answers were really going to describe for you, you can go ahead and type in some of the feelings that you know that you have that maybe those one-word answers don't sum up. So for me, what I'm going to put here is that I'm missing my school friends. We really miss seeing all of you face to face and in person, even though I know this is the right thing for us to be doing. So the next piece is the size of this problem. Now, how big is this problem really? So let's say that my problem that I identified, right, is that I'm missing my school friends. And sometimes that can feel small, right? I can be busy doing the things at home and enjoying myself, and I'm not really thinking about it at all. So then that problem would be small. So I would drag the star from up there down here. But if I felt like, I really wish I had some of my friends here to share this with me, then it would be here. Now, if I felt like I'm feeling pretty terrible and I feel kind of like not myself and I'm maybe acting out towards other people, maybe I don't have as much patience as I would have for them, or maybe I might feel tearful, then I would start to say that this problem feels big for me. Okay? And the real size of a problem is something you have to think about. Now, if I was upset about something like, if I was upset about I couldn't have my favorite food today, something that I just don't have. Now, in the scheme of things, I might feel like that problem was really big because it might be kind of added to all the different problems that I'm thinking of. But when I really think about, not having that favorite food today, that's actually a pretty small problem. It's nice that I can have my favorite food sometimes. Do you understand where we might think about how big or small our problems are and how big or small they feel at that moment might not match? So you want to measure how big that feeling is for you. And if it's feeling like a big problem, but it is a small problem, you want to go ahead and take care of it. And if it is a big problem, you want to go ahead and talk to somebody else about it. But let's see what other things we can do too. So to feel better, the first is to treat myself with kindness. I'm allowed to have these feelings. These feelings are things that everybody has. So it's okay that I have them, And now I'm going to be kind to myself and take care of them. So first I'm going to treat myself with kindness, and then I'm going to choose a coping skill to use. So we're going to take a look over here at the coping skills. Now there's a whole bunch of different ones, and I'm not going to take the time right here in this video because I won't have enough time in the video to explain all of them, but take a look at them for yourself. And there's probably some that you already do, and maybe you have some go-to ones that work for you a lot of the time. But I challenge you also to take a look at them and maybe try a couple of the ones that you're not so familiar with all the time. So I really like that there's some breathing boards that are included with this activity. So I'm going to try one of the breathing boards. And I can even jump over to that slide, which is pretty cool, just by clicking that. So it brought me to the link to the breathing board. And, ooh, this one's neat. What I can do is breathe in slowly as I pick up a square, and then as I breathe out, I'm going and drag the square down and put it where it matches. So I'm going to breathe in and breathe out as I bring it down. And that's pretty relaxing. So I would do this for all 10 of the different breathing boards. So let's see. Then it's going to tell me to go to my next thing, and it's going to jump me to a different slide. So this isn't like something that you have to do all in order. It's kind of neat, brings you to all the different places that you need to try if you were going to try those different things. And then it'll jump you right to the next part where you're going to check in with yourself and see how it is that you're feeling. Now, do I feel better? Well, I do feel better. So I would click yes, but let's pretend for a second that I don't really feel better. And I want to see where that's going to bring me. So that's going to bring me to this next slide. So I'm going to try a different coping skill this time. So I tried the breathing board and I feel a little bit better, but do I feel completely better? Not quite yet. So I'm going to try to listen to some music. So let's see where it brings me to for this slide. Music usually makes me feel better. Oh, it asked me about my personal preferences for music. So some of my favorite feel-good music to listen to is, well, usually it's like a softer kind of music, but I was listening to some really hard rock music this morning, trying to get ready to go and kind of get my energy up. So I might listen to some rock music to get my energy up, but I also like things like nature sounds or classical music to help me to calm down. So I don't really want to feel amped up right now. So I'm going to go with nature sounds right now. And then I need to go and listen to it, or have myself access something that can listen to it. Or maybe for me, sometimes I pick up my guitar and play a little bit, or sing a little bit, or hum a little bit. You don't have to go and listen to that specific music. You could kind of think of those different songs that you like right there and do that for yourself. So then I'm going to click next again, and it's going to bring me back to my next feeling check-in. And do I feel better now? I'm going to say yes this time. So yes, I feel better. And what is it that I feel now? I feel safe. I feel, so if I click on there, I want to put my little X. I feel safe and I feel hopeful. So I'm safe, feeling like I'm at home and taking care of things. And I'm hopeful that someday I know I'm going to see all of my friends again, because we said that missing my friends was one of the problems I was thinking of. So now I'm going to click next again, and it's going to bring me to slide 34, which is the end. So a very important reminder, this is true. You are lovable always, even and especially when those uncomfortable feelings stop on by. So care for yourself and your feelings with kindness and compassion and love. All right, friends, I think that's a great way for us to end this. Please let me know if you have any questions. If parents would like for me to forward, if I haven't already, if you would like for me to forward these slides to you, I'd be happy to do that and make an own personal copy for your student. All right, thank you and take care.